Hi students, the question is domain of cos inverse greatest integer x where the function denotes a greatest integer function. Its symbol is closed bracket, under that you have to put x, that is greatest integer function. Okay, so the option is option A, open -1 closed 2, option B, closed interval -1 to 2, option C, open interval -1 to 2, option D, closed -1 open 2. Okay, so to answer this question you should basically know two things. One is domain of cos inverse x and the other one is how to define greatest integer function. Okay, so let us see first the domain of cos inverse x. So can you tell me what is the domain of cos inverse x? Domain of cos inverse x is what? Cos inverse x domain is closed interval -1 to 1. That means -1 less than or equal to x less than or equal to 1. Now how do you define greatest integer in this interval? Okay, so the greatest integer value will be in this interval it will be -1, 0, 1, because this greatest integer x is defined when -1 to 0, that is -1 less than or equal to x less than 0. Your greatest integer of x will be, always you need to take lower limit. This will be -1. Okay. Next possibility in this interval I am telling. In this interval, next possibility is greatest integer of x in the interval 0 less than or equal to x less than 1. Okay. So in this interval, what it will be? It is 0. Always you need to take lower one. Okay. Similarly, in the interval 1 less than or equal to x less than 2. Because up to 1 you need to take. You have to cover 1 also. That's why we have to take this one also. Can you tell me what is greatest integer value in this interval? What is that? So again it is lower one. So it is 1. Now this is in the interval form. You can write it as -1 to 0. -1 side closed, 0 side open. Here 0 closed, second interval, 1 open. Next 1 closed, 2 open. If you take union of this, you will get the answer of this question. Take -1, 0, union, this is open, union 0, 1. This side should be open, okay? Union 1, 2, 2. That is closed -1. This one open 2. So that is the domain, required domain. Okay. So the domain of cos inverse greatest integer x is closed -1, open 2, this interval. Okay. So basically you should note the domain of cos inverse x and how to define greatest integer function. Okay, check the options. So which option is correct? Option D. Option D, open closed -1, open 2 is the correct answer. Okay, so mark that. Therefore, the final answer is option D, closed -1, open 2. Thank you. Hi students, the question is the domain of the function defined by f of x is equal to cos inverse square root of x minus 1 is. Okay. So options are closed interval 0 to 2. Option B, closed interval -1 to 1. Option C, closed interval 0 to 1. Option D, closed interval 1 to 2. Students, always remember the square root of x minus 1. It should be greater than or equal to 0. To have that one, you should have x minus 1 should be greater than or equal to 0, isn't it? So inside square root, you should not get negative value. Okay. So inside square root, you should not get negative value. For that, x minus 1 must be greater than or equal to 0. So x should be greater than or equal to 1, right? Plus 1. Once it comes to other side, it will be plus 1. Okay. Now, you know what is the domain of cos inverse x. What's the domain of cos inverse x? Domain of cos inverse x is what? It is closed interval -1 to 1. Are you getting? Therefore, here instead of x you have square root of x minus 1. Therefore, you can write it as -1 less than or equal to square root of x minus 1 less than or equal to 1. Okay, so here you should get x. To have that, what you have to do? You have to take square throughout. So square -1 square is 1 less than or equal to x minus 1 less than or equal to 1. 1 square is 1 again. So x minus 1 is less than or equal to 1 implies x less than or equal to 2. So x should be greater than 1, x greater than or equal to 1, and x should be less than or equal to 2. That means the interval is combine both. You can even write like this. 1 less than or equal to x less than or equal to 2. What is that? It is closed interval 1 comma 2. Okay. So the domain of the function f of x is equal to cos inverse square root of x minus 1 is closed interval 1, 2. Okay. Here the first thing you have to think is under square root you should not get any negative value. You have to get only positive value. Okay. And then you have to check what is the domain of cos inverse x. Combine those two and get the common place, that is the required answer. We got it as closed interval 1, 2. So option is option D, closed interval 1, 2. Got it right? Thank you. Hi students. The question is cos of cot inverse square root minus square root of 3 plus pi by 6 is equal to, you need to find this expression value. Option A 0, option B 1, option C 1 by root 2, and option D minus 1. Okay, so let me take this term as theta. So let cot inverse minus root 3 is equal to theta. Okay, that is equal to theta. Implies cot theta is equal to what? Move cot to this side, you will get cot inverse to this side, you will get cot. So cot theta is equal to minus root 3. Okay. So cot angle is negative in the second quadrant. Correct? So what is if cot theta is equal to root 3? What is the value of theta? It is, what is the value? If cot theta is equal to root 3, what is the value of theta? It is pi by 6, isn't it? So in the second quadrant, cot theta is negative. Therefore, you need to take this as pi minus pi by 6. Because if it is positive directly, you can take that value as pi by 6. But here value, you have negative sign. So you have to check the negative sign in which quadrant. The second quadrant cot is negative. Therefore, you have to take it as pi minus pi by 6. So that is equal to 5 pi by 6. Correct? Now you take the given expression and simplify. You will get the required answer. So cos of cot inverse minus root 3 plus pi by 6 is equal to cos of, what is cot inverse minus root 3? It is theta plus 5 pi by, pi by 6. Okay? Are you getting? So it is cot theta plus pi by 6. Now, this is cot A plus B formula. What is cot A plus B? It is cos A plus B formula. Cos A cos B minus sin A sin B. So cos theta cos pi by 6 minus sin theta sin pi by 6. Okay, this is actually this is theta value. Okay, implies this is, can write here theta if it is confused. Theta is equal to pi minus pi by 6, that is 5 pi by. So you can take even theta value and simplify. You are going to get the required answer. Okay. So later on we will take, first we will simplify with this. So cos theta, cos pi by 6 is what? Cos pi by 6 is root 3 by 2 minus sin theta into sin pi by 6 is 1 by 2. Correct? Now you take theta value and simplify. So that is equal to, together you can take, if it is confusing, you can do like this. So cos 5 pi by 6 into root 3 by 2 minus sin 5 pi by 6 into 1 by 2. So again you can write this as cos of pi minus pi by 6 into root 3 by 2 minus sin of pi minus pi by 6 into 1 by 2. Okay, cos of pi minus theta. It is in the which quadrant? Second quadrant. Second quadrant again cos is negative. So this is minus cos pi by 6. What is cos pi by 6? It is minus root 3 by 2. Second quadrant cos is negative. So divide into root 3 by 2 minus. Second quadrant sine is positive. So this is 1 by 2 into 1 by 2. So finally you got this as, I am writing here, it is 3 by 2 minus 3 by 4, it is 3 by 4 minus 1 by 4, that is equal to minus 1. So the given expression reduces to minus 1. Are you getting? The last step I have written here. Getting? Okay. So basically you need to remember in which quadrant what and all angles are positive. Second quadrant basically we are dealing with here. So second quadrant only sine and cosecant are positive. Rest all angles are negative. So accordingly you have to take negative value. Now check the options. Option D -1 is the correct answer. Got it right? Thank you. Hi students. The question is if tan inverse x plus cot inverse x is equal to 0, hi students, the question is if tan inverse x minus cot inverse x is equal to 0, then you have to find x value. Option A 0, option B 1, option C 1 by 2, option D -1. Okay, so let us take the given expression. Tan inverse x Hi students, the question is tan inverse x minus cot inverse x is equal to 0. Then you need to find x value. Option A 0, option B 1, option C 1 by 2, option D minus 1. So tan inverse x minus cot inverse x is equal to 0. This implies tan inverse x is equal to cot inverse x. That implies we have this tan inverse x plus cot inverse x. This equation is equal to pi by 2. Don't take implies here. We have tan inverse x plus cot inverse x is equal to pi by 2. But here we got tan inverse x is equal to cot inverse x. So in place of cot inverse x, you can substitute tan inverse x. So what you got? Tan inverse x plus tan inverse x is equal to pi by 2. So 2 times tan inverse x is equal to pi by 2. Correct? That implies tan inverse x is equal to pi by 4. Are you getting? So tan inverse x is equal to pi by 4. Hi students, the question is if tan inverse x minus cot inverse x is equal to 0, then x equals to. Okay, so given thing you need to take and simplify and use the standard identity and find the answer. So tan inverse x minus cot inverse x is equal to 0. This implies tan inverse x is equal to cot inverse x, correct? Now you take the identity tan inverse x plus cot inverse x is equal to pi by 2. So here you got cot inverse x as tan inverse x. So substitute it. Tan inverse x plus tan inverse x is equal to pi by 2. Or 2 times tan inverse x is equal to pi by 2. That implies tan inverse x is equal to pi by 4. So tan inverse x is equal to pi by 4. That implies what is x? X is equal to 1. Tan pi by 4 is 1. Therefore, tan inverse x is equal to pi by 4. So check the options. Option A 0, option B 1, option C 1 by 2, option D minus. Therefore, option B 1 is the correct answer. Got it right? Very simple question. Only thing you need to know is tan inverse x plus cot inverse x is equal to pi by 2. That is the major thing here. Got it right? Thank you. Hi students. The question is if sine inverse x plus sine inverse y is equal to pi by 2, you need to find x square. Option A 1 minus y square, option B y square, option C 0, option D 1 minus y. So what is given? Sine inverse x plus sine inverse y is equal to pi by 2. Correct. This implies sine inverse x is equal to pi by 2 minus sine inverse y. Got it? So this is equal to pi by 2. You convert this in terms of cos. So pi by 2 minus cos inverse y. Why? Because you have the result sine inverse y plus cos inverse y is equal to pi by 2. So sine inverse y is equal to pi by 2 minus cos inverse y. That's what I have substituted. Now this is equal to cos inverse y. Are you getting? Because this pi by 2 minus this pi by 2 cancels. Minus cos inverse y into minus. So it is plus. Got it? So this implies sine inverse x is equal to cos inverse y. Correct? So we have to check what is the value of x and hence calculate x square. So I am applying both sides by sine. So here sine inverse sine, it is x is equal to sine of cos inverse sine of cos inverse y. That is equal to square root of 1 minus y square. Correct? If sin x is equal to some theta, then cos x is equal to square root of 1 minus theta square. Same way. Okay. So this is square root of 1 minus y square. Now x is equal to square root of 1 minus y square. That implies x square is equal to 1 minus y square. X square is equal to 1 minus y square. Okay. So check the option. It is option. Which option? Option A, 1 minus y square is the correct answer. So the final answer is option A, 1 minus y square. Got it right? Thank you. Hi students. the question is cos of 2 sin inverse 3 by 4 plus cos inverse 3 by 4 is equal to, you need to find the value of this expression. Option A minus 3 by 4, option B 3 by 5, option C 3 by 4, option D does not exist. So for that, let me take sin inverse 3 by 4 as A. Implies sin A is equal to 3 by 4. Correct? That implies cos A is equal to, many times you have used this one. So cos A is equal to, how can you write? It is square root of 1 minus sin square A. That is square root of 1 minus 9 by 3. Correct? So that is equal to square root of 16 minus 9 by 16. That is root 7 divided by 4. Okay. Similarly, take cos inverse 3 by 4 as cos inverse 3 by 4 is equal to B. Okay. So that implies what is sin in what this implies cos B is equal to 3 by 4. Cos B is equal to 3 by 4 implies sin B is equal to again root 7 by 4. Now take the given expression. Okay. So cos of, take the given expression and simplify, you will get the answer. Cos of 2, what is sin inverse 3 by 4? It is A. 2A plus cos inverse 3 by 4 is B. So cos A plus B formula you have to use. Cos A cos B minus sin A sin B. So that is cos 2A plus into cos B minus sin 2A into sin B. Okay. So cos 2A, cos of 2A value. How do you find? Find cos 2A. Can you directly find? No, cos 2A is 1 minus 2 sin square A. Cos 2A is 1 minus 2 sin square A. So that is equal to 1 minus 2 sin square A is 9 by 60. Okay. Hi students, the question is, hi students, the question is cos of 2 times sin inverse 3 by 4 plus cos inverse 3 by 4 is equal to, you need to find the value of this expression. Option A minus 3 by 4, option B 3 by 5, option C 3 by 4, option D does not exist. So for this, let me first take sin inverse 3 by 4 as A. That implies sin A is equal to 3 by 4. Okay. Implies cos A is equal to square root of 1 minus sin square A, that is square root of 1 minus 3 by 4 whole square, that is equal to root 7 by 4. Just simplify and get it. Now, let me take cos inverse cos inverse 3 by 4 as B. Okay, that implies cos B is equal to 3 by 4. That implies sin B value will be same as this. So sin B is equal to root 7 by 4. Okay, therefore take the given expression. Cos of given expression is cos of 2. I am taking sin inverse 3 by 4 as we have taken it as A, plus cos inverse 3 by 4 is B. So the given expression becomes cos of 2A plus B, that is cos 2A cos B minus sin 2A sin B. Okay, using cos A plus B formula. Cos A plus B is cos A cos B minus sin A sin B. So now you require cos 2A and sin 2A. Okay, so let us calculate it. Cos 2A is equal to, and later on if you want you can take it as equation 1 and later on we will start. Cos 2A is equal to A is 3 by 4. So you take this. Cos 2A is equal to 1 minus 2 sin square A. So it is 1 minus 2 into sin square A is 3 by 4 whole square. That is 1 minus 2 into 9 by 16. So 2 ones are 2 eights are. It is equal to 8 minus 9 by 8, that is minus 1 by 8. Okay, so this is cos 2A. Now similarly find sin 2A. Sin 2A is equal to 2 times sin A cos A, standard formula cos A. So 2 times Sin A is 3 by 4. Sin A is 3 by 4. Cos A is equal to, it is cos A, it is root 7 by 4. Correct? So now substitute this. If you want, you can further simplify to sub. So it is 3 root 7 divided by 8. 3 root 7 divided by 8. Okay. Now you take the equation 1 and substitute the value, you will get the required answer. So cos 2a, cos 2a plus b, that is the given expression actually. It is cos a. Cos a is, what do you call cos a as? Cos a you got it as, cos a you got it as root 7 by 4. And cos 2a you got it as minus 1 by 8. So cos 2a is equal to minus 1 by 8. Substitute that into cos b. Cos b is 3 by 4 minus sin 2a. It is 3 root 7 by 8 into sin b. It is root 7 by 8. Correct? That is equal to minus 3 divided by 8 into minus 3 into 7 by 8 into 8. Okay. So you can take this as minus 3 by 4 outside. Inside it is 1 by 8 minus or plus. Minus you have taken outside. Numerator 7, denominator 4. If you take 2 left out, it is 16. So that is minus 3 by 4 into one, that is minus 3 by 4. Okay. So the answer is minus 3 by 4, which is the required. Hi students, the question is cos of 2 sin inverse 3 by 4 plus cos inverse 3 by 4 is equal to, you need to find this expression value. Option A minus 3 by 4, option B 3 by 5, option C 3 by 4, option D does not exist. Okay. So first let me take sin inverse 3 by 4 is equal to A. Implies cos inverse 3 by 4 implies cos Hi students, the question is cos of 2 sin inverse 3 by 4 plus cos inverse 3 by 4 is equal to option A minus 3 by 4, option B 3 by 5, option C 3 by 4, option D does not exist. So first let me take sin inverse 3 by 4 is equal to A. That implies sin A is equal to 3 by 4. That implies cos A is equal to square root of 1 minus sin square A. If you simplify, you will get it as root 7 by 4. Normal way. So, now you calculate sin 2A. Sin 2A is equal to 2 times sin A cos A. That is 2 times sin A is 3 by 4. Cos A is root 7 by 4. You can cancel this. This is 3 root 7 by 8. Similarly, cos 2a, this is also we require. Cos 2a is equal to 1 minus 2 sin square a. That is 1 minus 2 into 3 square by 4 square. That is equal to minus 1 by 8. Okay. Now, cos inverse 3 by 4. Let me take this as B. Implies cos B is equal to 3 by 4. Okay. That implies sin B is equal to same value you are going to get. That is root 7 by 4. Okay. Now, take the given expression, that is cos of 2 times sin inverse 3 by 4 is A, cos inverse 3 by 4 is B. That is expanded using cos A plus B formula. That is cos 2A cos B 2a sin b. That is, you substitute. What is cos 2a? Cos 2a is minus 1 by 8. What is cos b? It is 3 by 4. Minus, what is sin 2a? Sin 2a is 3 root 7 divided by 8 into sin b. Sin b is root 7 by 4. Okay. So this is minus 3 into minus 3 into 21 divided by 8 into 4. Correct? Denominator is same. Okay. So that is equal to minus 3 minus 3 into 21 minus 3 divided by 32. Okay. That is equal to minus 3 by. Okay. So check the options. Option A minus 3 by 4 is the correct answer. Thank you.